introduce ourselves. Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's show. Thank you, Nadine. Thank you, Don Dacquisto, for being here. Nadine, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Sure. So I am Nadine and I'm from Coral Springs, Florida. I've been a longtime subscriber of Judy's channel with
Thank you.
the Dan Markel case and all the trials. So that's originally how we connected.
Mhm,
So now we're here to talk about the Kouri Richins trial, which I have been following.
mhm. Yeah. And do you mind telling us what you do for a
Yes,
living?
so yes, I am a quality assurance specialist for one of the large insurance companies, and I do audits of claims, to make sure that they've been processed correctly. Short-term disability, long-term disability, supplemental health, and life insurance claims.
Ah, okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
So have you ever worked as a voice actress or read audiobooks?
never.
Okay, because everyone always says that. They're like, she should be reading books for a
Right?
living.
I know I
Yeah.
have heard that, and I've heard people say I probably can sing, so I should try to sing. But I've never gone in that direction. I don't know why.
Oh,
Maybe I
okay.
should.
Maybe you
Yeah.
should.
But I love
Yes.
what I do. I love QA. I love, auditing.
Okay, that's
But I
great.
could do a voiceover on the side, so maybe I'll look into it.
Cool. If there's a market, sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's AI now, you
Oh,
know?
yeah. It's
They
not
were
the
even
same.
asking Morgan Freeman the other day about people using
Mhm.
AI to duplicate his voice and then
Yeah.
him not have to work again anymore, and he was like, he's sued them over that. So,
Oh.
Oh.
yeah, they're using AI now for everything, so I think the voice acting market is gonna dry up for
Oh.
voice actors, yeah.
Oh, well, that stinks. Well, what about you, Don? Do you want to sell your channel?
Well, I just want to say I'm so happy to meet you, Nadine,
Oh,
because I've been wanting to meet you, and I love your voice too. But you also have a real preciseness about your comments, which I
oh, thank
appreciate.
you.
And it's interesting the kind of work you're doing because that requires,
Precision,
looking into
yeah.
details. Yeah. So, which I am really bad at. So that's probably why I admire it so much. I'm
Well,
more of
I'm
a,
I'm happy to meet you too because I have watched a lot of your videos
oh,
on the
thank you.
yeah, on the Markel case, so it's very
Thank
nice to
you.
meet you too finally.
Yeah, so I do have a little channel. It's just a hobby for me. It's not monetized or anything like that. I just kind of go where the wind blows me when I have time.
Mhm.
So I'm not super consistent, but right now I am reviewing, and it's been going on for months, the pretrial hearing for California versus Larry Mediate, or the People versus Larry Mediate, and that trial has been delayed a few times, but it's going to happen in May. So I am on one of the final witnesses. It's the main detective, the lead detective for that case. So if you're interested in that case or hearing about it, I do have an overview as well. But it's a really interesting case. The more I watch trials, the more I see parallels between all the different cases,
Yeah,
such as the Richins case and Wendy and Corey having similarities. And it's kind of crazy how they're all starting to like fit into a pattern. And then also, I've noticed really this last, I'd say 6 months or so, how seeing those patterns has actually helped me in real life too. Noticing patterns of behavior and like identifying, not, I'm not a labeler. I'm not going to call somebody, and I can't stand hearing people say, well, that person's a narcissist, because I don't, that's not my thing. But, and usually they're right, but that's not my thing. But I'm just finding after a few years of watching trials that learning about people's behavior is really kind of helping me with things that I wouldn't probably otherwise have learned about.
noticed,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I kinda think that Kouri Richins, I see because to me, she was living her life very sociopathically,
Mhm,
and that makes me think of Casey Anthony,
mhm,
Dalia Dippolito, people who it's like they have no sense of boundary or conscience. So they're doing all these really over the top, clearly things that are against their own self-interest
Mhm.
because
Right.
but they don't care because they don't have that, what we all have that would keep us from
Yeah.
doing something.
Act right, as
Yeah.
Kathy would say, like that act right, functioning, working
Yes,
right.
but it's like
Yeah.
Casey Anthony. It's like they'll lie to the till they can't lie anymore. She took the detectives to Universal Studios, insisting she worked there, and
I
even when
know.
they
Yeah.
found out she did not work there,
Yeah.
they
It's
said,
so
"Okay,
weird.
she's
Mhm.
insisting there must be some mix-up. Let us come. Let her show us where her office is." She took
Mhm.
them there. She walked them down
Forgot
the
about that.
hallway till
Hmm.
she was literally her back is against the wall at the end of the hall, and then she turns around and goes, "Okay, I don't really work here."
Yeah.
So
It's like, who
Kouri
I
does
Richins,
that? Yeah.
who does that?
well,
Kouri
No.
I know.
Richins,
Yeah,
she
somebody
was
pop.
living just like that. She just,
Yes.
I mean, you hear her on the phone with Bryce, unapologetic, stealing the money out of the house and
Right.
lying to him,
Hmm.
about how she turned it into $11 million. This is all complete bull. But she is indignant on the phone. She is very
Hmm.
unapologetic.
Hmm.
She's crazy. She's nuts.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Wendy Adelson isn't quite that bad.
Yeah, she's a little
I would
different.
argue
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wendy
She
isn't quite
knows
there.
she knows how to hide it better. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not living like that, right?
Mhm.
Right.
But these other ones, you do have people like her who have
Hmm.
no boundary on it, and they will take that lie as far as it can go. Dalia
Mhm.
Dippolito, just to make my point, her husband saw the video of her trying to hire a hitman to kill him. Okay. And he
Yeah.
watched it, and she calls him from the jail trying to get her husband to bail her out. And he said,
Mhm.
"I saw you, Dahlia. I saw you trying to hire somebody to kill me." And she's like, "I know. I saw what you saw and I heard what you heard. But how could you believe I would do something like that?" She just kept lying. She would not stop.
Yeah.
Even when he saw her,
Right.
Yeah.
he's still gaslighting till she dies. So
Mhm.
Corey
Right.
Richards strikes me as that type.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
she will tell that lie until she drops dead telling it. It doesn't matter how obvious it is, it's a lie. So
Right.
people like that are kind of really interesting, but you really want to see them behind bars
Oh, yeah. You don't want them
because
in your life for
they're
sure.
nuts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you mentioned boundaries too, because that type of person knows no boundaries. They do not
Exactly.
respect any boundaries at all.
Look what she was doing financially. Ro
Hmm.
Mhm.
I have to, give the lawyer credit for this because he said she was robbing Peter to pay Paul and all the other
Right.
disciples, like, you know?
Right.
It
Right.
Yeah.
was just insane, and one thing about Eric, rest in peace, he saw that she was a danger to them financially, and that's
Yeah.
why he created that trust
Yes.
Mhm.
to
Thankfully,
protect
he,
what he
yeah.
had
Yeah.
and protect it for their kids, and he even made provisions for Corey in the trust.
Yes, he did.
Um, what he didn't do that he should have done was gotten the hell out of that house, gotten away from her.
Right.
Yeah, that's
But
just so awful. Like he already suspected that she was trying to kill him with the sandwich. And what's the thing about the trip to Greece? Someone said that
she did go to
supposedly,
Greece,
yeah,
and he got
that
sick,
she had tried to kill him in Greece, possibly. Is that
possibly
true?
because he
Possibly
got sick
he
eating
got sick.
something there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
with something he ate. It's always something
Hmm.
he ate. I,
Yeah.
and you have to wonder, I found myself wondering if he would have told her that he made these provisions, not flat out saying, don't bother killing me because you're not going to get anything, but if she would have been aware of the provisions, might that have prevented her from killing him?
Well, she still took out life insurance on him
True.
behind his back. She did
That's
get
true.
some money after he passed. She did
Mm.
collect some life insurance, I think, from
Mm-hmm.
a few different policies,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
because they were showing how
Right.
she received 1 point something million in payouts, and she pretty much spent it all in 3 months. It was all
wow.
gone. Yeah,
Gosh.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I think she's going to get charged with that in the financials crimes
right, because
trial.
it was all
Right.
fraud. There were,
Mm-hmm.
she was just committing a lot of fraud.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
using what you call it, to manipulate the bank statements to get more loans.
Yeah. Just
Um,
forging.
Photoshop,
Oh,
Photoshop.
photos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Right.
was photoshopping the bank statements and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and just
Great.
payday loans. I mean, she
Yeah,
That's a lot of
everything.
work.
She was so out of control. It was
out of
just like
Hmm.
control.
pretty amazing that she did all that and screwed over her friend, didn't
Yeah.
care.
Oh,
Was
that was so
outrageous
sad.
too. Her friend,
Yes.
again, she'll screw anybody. I don't think she has any remorse about that.
Yeah,
Right.
Corey's out for Corey.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the type.
So,
Yeah.
do you guys have an answer for this? Why didn't he get that sandwich tested when he got sick?
He might not have thought of it. He didn't end up going to the hospital, did he?
No,
He might have eaten the whole thing for one thing, but he didn't go to the hospital. If he would have gone to the hospital, they might have
found something.
asked him, "Do you
Mhm.
have any of that left?" Not necessarily thinking it was poisoned,
Yeah, just bad food.
but they might have wanted that remnants if he didn't eat the whole thing, but maybe he ate the whole thing. I don't
Maybe
know.
Yeah, who
because he
knows?
got pretty sick and had to lay down for the day or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
What is this? Was Bryce a male corn star? What? I didn't know that. Did you hear about this?
no, I don't know about that.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
1.2 million life insurance, Bryce. I think that's maybe being facetious.
Okay.
She was not
Because he
aware of the
was
provision.
not a corn
No, she
star.
wasn't. She wasn't aware of the provisions, and yeah, and so I was thinking, well, maybe because she found out real quick afterwards that those provisions, that trust, and she was not in
Okay, it's a
charge of it.
joke.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I figured.
Yeah, because I was like, I thought I was sort of paying attention. I don't
No.
recall Bryce being a corn star.
What did you guys think of that private eye who testified about that, where the defense was questioning about that, c- you know, very lowbrow conversation, text messaging between Bryce and Eric? What did you guys think of him?
I liked him a lot,
Mm-hmm.
the investigator. I know some people were saying that he was arrogant. He came off arrogant during the cross. I thought um, that he was very credible.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And there's a difference in my mind between arrogance and confidence, and I don't think he ever really crossed it. I think he was a very confident person. He's
Mm-hmm.
experienced. He's been to this rodeo before, so to speak. He's the testifying is not new to him.
Right.
I got that sense, and I found him 100% credible. And the conversation about trying to imply that Eric had a homosexual relationship with his friend, to me it just showed how the defense is just desperate.
Desperate. Yeah.
Yes, it
Grasping.
was a sign of desperation, and they're just trying to throw any kind of thing and
Sure.
really trying to smear Eric's.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's like
Hmm.
they're definitely going after trying to tarnish him. And I
Right.
don't think that they're doing their client any favors. I really don't.
Right, right. Because if the jury has a lot of sympathy toward the victim, even though they're not supposed to decide based on that, it's definitely going to color how they see the evidence. And I didn't love him as a person, but I thought he was very competent, and I did really like the way he batted that question
Yeah, I
down.
like how he handled the defense attorney.
Yeah, in all
Yeah,
of
he
it,
was
but
kind of
particularly,
punchy. Yeah,
Yeah,
he would
right.
talk back. Yeah.
Yeah, he was very prepared, and but I really particularly liked the way he was like, "Oh, that was a joke." Like it was he didn't miss a beat. He was a very good witness. Weren't there like three attorneys as witnesses? It was pretty impressive. I thought the witnesses were really very good for the most part.
but he wasn't an attorney. He was just
No,
a
No, he was the
PI.
no,
investigator.
but I think there
Yeah.
were three different
Yeah, there was
But
a
attorneys.
divorce
the
attorney.
estate lawyer testified, which I thought was very interesting. The
Yep,
divorce lawyer he consulted, she
yep.
testified. And it's interesting because looking back, he should have gone through with the divorce, right? But
Yeah,
I bet Corey talked him out of it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure too that he didn't want to risk his children not
Yeah,
being with
they
his
never want to
children.
like now
Right,
be half half the time with your kids. That was
right.
also Dan Markel's issue,
Yep,
why he tried to keep the marriage together
yep.
Yeah.
because you don't want to lose the
Yep.
time with your children.
Hmm.
So you can understand that. But I think
Yeah.
he was dealing with a woman. I don't think he knew his wife at all.
No, probably not.
Mm.
Nope.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, she was very young when they got married.
Too
And it
young.
was
Yep.
also, didn't they get married because she got pregnant?
They already had the child, I think, when they got
Yeah.
married. They got married like in their backyard, so it wasn't anything extravagant. How old was she, Judy, when they got married?
21, I thought.
Yeah. Early
Okay.
Or,
20s.
yeah,
Yeah.
very young.
Okay.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
I think she, at least she says in that something she had written that she thought having kids would make her happy. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
something, yeah. But and her mother.
Hmm. Yeah, the mom's pretty wacky. Had a
Walk
I
the
don't
gambling.
dog,
know.
mom. Walk the
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
The mother. The mother evidently had a gambling problem, and I felt like Corey's problem was also a gambling problem, but just with a different type of gamble.
Hmm.
And I was listening to gossip in you
Gossip,
Rumor
rumor, and
rumor,
you know.
gossip, and innuendo,
Innuendo.
and she was with that psychology nerd. Uh, eh,
Who? Patrice Berry?
yes, Dr. Barry.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they mentioned that about the gambling, and I was like, see, I'm spite on it. They validated my thought there.
Hmm.
But yeah, and so she clearly was from a dysfunctional family. Not that that excuses her, but you can see why she might have picked up on some really toxic traits, you know. And maybe
Yeah.
she even has mental illness too. We don't know. I was interested to see that they did mention there was a prescription bottle for antipsychotics for her, and
Hmm.
that
Quetiapine. Yeah, the quetiapine is
right,
she was taking that. She was prescribed that. But
right, and that
somehow it's in Eric's
I think he took
toxicology.
us. It was a one or something like that, but still, that's kind of odd. But either way, so that kind of gave me the indication that maybe she does have some mental illness
Oh
as
yeah,
well. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Hmm.
I think she
Yeah.
does, and she was being treated for it.
right, which is
Hmm.
good. I mean, for what it's worth, but whew.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Well,
probably a
Dawn,
lot of
I'm sorry. Do you want to go ahead and go over this document that you
sure. So I
created?
put together a
Okay.
little summary. Oh, there you go. I put
Oh,
together this little summary here of the charges that the jury will get tomorrow. Really, we're on verdict eve here.
Mhm.
mhm.
So there's five. This is, yeah. So aggravated murder, attempted criminal homicide, false insurance claim one and two, and then forgery, which we were talking about with Photoshop. So the first degree felony is obviously the poisoning alleged. Of course, all of this is alleged.
Mhm.
Contended that she is poisoned Eric with fentanyl. And there are aggravating factors. First, financial gain, and also the fact that she used poison. So that adds more to the sentencing possibility. If she's found guilty, that's life imprisonment. And then, secondly, the attempted criminal homicide, which I'm not sure if they prove, but it's first degree felony also. But that's when she attempted to kill him with the sandwich that you were talking about
Mm.
on Valentine's Day. But it didn't result in death. But nevertheless, they felt they presented enough evidence that she actually attempted to kill him before, and that's up to 15 additional years, possibly. And then the
Mhm.
two false insurance claims are both felonies, also second degree. She can get up to 15 years on those. And so those are knowingly submitting a fraudulent insurance claim, and then forgery, which is a third degree felony, so she could get up to 5 years. And so the judge will have a lot of leeway as to how many years he would sentence her, but that's a whole different matter. That's if she's found guilty of all or any of those. If she's found guilty of all of them, she's never going to get out of prison, most likely. And then she's also facing another 26 federal charges for the financial crimes, which will happen in the same courtroom, likely with the same lawyers and judge even. And hopefully it will be live streamed, but that's not going to happen, obviously, until this one is uh, put to bed. So
So
it's a
the
Yeah.
lot of time.
sandwich is the earlier poisoning that the Valentine's Day. So I think that her buying the drugs from Carmen, the housekeeper,
Mhm.
her then following up after Eric got sick, didn't die, and saying, "Can you get me something stronger?" So to me, that proves both. And
Mm-hmm.
to me,
Mhm.
that's enough.
Mm,
Um,
mm-hmm.
that she is behind it. He didn't take it himself. No one else did it. The defense was even trying to imply his business partner
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Yeah.
had reason because his net worth doubled after Eric died.
Right.
So it's like
Right.
implication here, wink, wink.
Oh,
Like, come
And
on.
he was such a straight arrow, that dude.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yes.
he was an interesting witness as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think it's there. And subsequent, when she's covering her tracks, why is she telling her father-in-law that he died of the same thing his mother did, the lung
Right.
infection, before
yeah.
the autopsy report is out? Why
Yeah.
are you telling them that? And then I think she told somebody else it was an aneurysm.
Yes.
Hmm.
I
But
think
Yeah.
that's
Carmen. I
So
covering
think
your
she,
concerned.
tracks.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It was very strange. She was telling everybody all these different reasons, as if they weren't ever going to find out the truth.
Find
Like
out
you say, it
right.
does.
Yeah. She'll just say whatever, thinking
Mm-hmm.
people will believe her. So
Right.
it's just
Right.
ridiculous. Yeah.
I think they develop tunnel vision. It's like the Adelsons. You're
Mhm.
dealing with something and you just get tunnel vision on how to solve it. And then
Mm.
you're not able to see the big picture that
Mm-hmm.
obviously you're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Nobody else
Yeah.
has a motive to kill Dan Markel and send people from Miami but you.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
the same here. Nobody else is in a financial ditch, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
other than you. And nobody is going to be telling people, oh, my husband died of this and that preemptively if they had nothing to do with it.
Right.
Mhm.
What
So
would be
she
the point of
thought this
that?
was a good idea because of her financial desperation. It's like, okay, I'll kill him and I'll be rich. And then she's
Yeah.
looking up these gifts
Oh,
Living
I
happily ever after, right? So,
because they're never going to take my phone and search it.
yeah. And
Why
look
would
through
they
all
do that? Yeah.
my messages, my emails, that
So the
you
tunnel
know,
vision.
I thought that was kind of weird. Why was there a recording of her talking to the medical examiner?
I
Why
guess they
why was
record
that?
those calls, maybe.
I
yeah.
guess so, but that's a surprise. I didn't think they did that. Yeah.
Right. It made me think, because I actually had a very long conversation. There was nothing nefarious going on, but I had a very long conversation with a medical examiner when my nephew died. He was young,
Oh.
and I wanted to ask questions. My sister had questions too, and a lot of it was about his situation and anything we should know as a family to get screened for and that kind of thing. And I never would have thought about it was probably recorded. Like, not that it mattered, but that was my thought when I heard that conversation. I was like, I wonder if he recorded my call. Maybe it's
Yeah,
just standard.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it
Probably.
makes sense though, because who knows? It could lead you to
Exactly.
whoever was the murderer. So thank you,
Right.
Florida. Appreciate your support there. Yeah.
Mhm,
Well, getting to the boyfriend though,
Mm.
mhm.
did you guys see any of those videos of the brother of Josh Grossman? Because I didn't even get around to watching it yet.
No, I
I,
haven't seen any.
I clicked on it and couldn't stand listening to him, to be
Ooh.
honest. I was just
Oh,
like, I can't. It just was so weird. I just couldn't. So I clicked off. I tried. I
well,
tried.
what was it about him that made you so disgusted or something?
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's just like he had music, and then he was like at some kind of a weird job site, and there was all this dirt and tractors and gosh knows what, and then he's
Oh,
talking, and
too
he wasn't.
distracting.
It was just like the way he was talking wasn't real linear. It was just like if I gotta think too hard, I'm not gonna like deal with this guy because like say what you're gonna say. It was just very roundabout, and he probably has some issues with his brother, but yeah, I just couldn't. And then just the strong accent, and it seemed
Oh,
like he might have been judging his brother, which he has every
Of
right to
course.
do, but it didn't
Yeah.
hold my interest at all. So I
Okay.
tried.
what was his name again?
Sean?
The boyfriend.
Yeah, because
No,
I
the
heard about it. People were telling me. And so I thought, well, this sounds interesting, but then work got real busy
Right.
on Friday. So, and then people said they thought he was like a total opportunist. He seems like a grifter, just trying to get something or maybe make
Right.
money off of it or something. I
Right.
hmm.
And
don't
he
know.
did bring that up proactively, and I was like, that's what I thought, 15 minutes of fame or whatever. He just didn't hold my interest, is all I can say. God bless him. I don't know what else to say. I couldn't, and I have limited time too. Even though I do listen to a lot of trials, I don't just sit and watch. So if they're not saying something that I can track pretty easily, I'm not going to keep listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got limited
Josh.
time
That was
bandwidth.
Corey's boyfriend's name, Josh.
Josh
Yeah.
was, yeah, and I guess this was his brother or
The
half
brother is
brother.
Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I haven't seen Sean, but Josh I found very credible. And of
Yes.
course, he was pretty dramatic because he comes in and
Mm.
he can't just say yes to the oath. He's
No,
like, "What do you
that
mean
was
by the whole
wild.
truth?" I was like,
yeah. That's strange.
That was
"What?"
a lot. Yes.
Yeah, that was so interesting. But
Mm.
turns out he wasn't there to play games. I thought he was very credible. And I
Yeah.
really admired that once Corey was arrested, he proactively reached out to Eric's family
Hmm.
to let them know that he existed, because obviously he thought she may have been guilty.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Right.
I thought
Right.
that was great of him.
Yes. Yes. Stand up
Okay.
thing to do. Yeah, he
Yes.
was very emotional, and the breathing into the microphone.
Yeah.
It was kind
And
of
he was
crazy.
saying things. He would make comments. And there was one point where he was telling the judge, "I got something I want to say." And the judge, like, "Okay, you got to wait for a question."
Yes. Yeah.
So he was
Yeah.
And
a character.
oh, I loved the part when he said, I didn't dislike him at all. I loved the part when he said, at a certain point, he's just like, I got to get something off my chest. And the judge was like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah.
Oh,
wait a
yeah,
minute. No.
that's frustrating. Yeah.
Yes. It's like, this isn't what you're there for. Write a
Yeah,
book
you
or,
can't just come up here and filibuster,
yeah,
just talk.
you
Yeah.
answer the specific questions and you go home.
They
That's
just
your,
didn't understand. I guess he's not a trial
Watcher.
enthusiast like we are. Okay. So, was it ever mentioned what his job was in the army?
what his
Oh,
job
I don't know
was.
about the army. No.
Yeah.
I, yeah, I don't think they specified what he did in the army. Mm-mm.
Okay. Sorry. But thank you guys for being here. It's nice to see people are interested in some non Adelson content here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean has obviously, yeah, I think he
Hmm.
does have some personal issues. They haven't been in touch for so many years. Neither of them seem too bright. Yeah.
Oh, they're estranged?
I
Yeah,
think so.
that's what
So
Yeah.
why
people
is he
said.
even commenting
Just to talk
on?
about what
Well,
he was like 10 plus years ago or much when they
Oh,
were younger.
well,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Josh is not on trial. Okay.
exactly.
So, yeah, what is the point? I mean, anybody can start a YouTube channel and say what they want. That's great. He
Yeah.
might find 100,000 followers, but the thing is, I don't know. I like I said, I had a very limited attention span with him, but I
Yeah.
felt like he was judging his brother, and passing judgment on him, and he has that right to do it. But it's not like his brother was implicated in any way in Eric's death. It's not. He
Mhm.
wasn't on trial. He was just a witness. So
Yeah.
And the timing while the trial is going on,
yeah,
it's like you
true,
could have waited until it was all over, but
True. Or
So maybe
before,
maybe
yeah.
he is doing it for the attention.
I think so. I think that
Mhm.
that was the vibe I got.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you guys want to watch a little bit of his testimony? Okay. So I'll try to speed it up and see how it goes. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
And why did you move to Utah?
To work with her, help her flip houses.
And when you moved to Utah, where did you stay?
Initially, I stayed at a flip that she had acquired in Heber. I had my dog with me. We do live-in flips, me and the dog. Yeah.
Other than accommodations, did she pay you for your service?
We didn't have any contractual agreement. She took care of me. I lived for free. She gave me money whenever I needed it. I just, I liked her, so I'd work for free. Not that she didn't, pay me. She did from time to time in lump sums. And
Did she also give you a truck?
yes, she bought me a truck, 2 of them. Bought me one, traded it in, got another one at one point. Didn't trade it in, gave it to her mother. Yeah.
Did, sir, there come a time when your relationship turned romantic?
Yes.
About when?
Same time, just before driving to Utah.
So right about the outset of COVID.
Right.
Scott, can I get Exhibit 3-1, please? Mr. Grossman, do you recognize that document before you?
I know what it's alluding to. I know of it. Yes, sir.
And did you know about a trip planned to the secret St. Martin's Resort?
Yes.
So I want to take a look at the passenger name line. There's some initials there. RG with a birth date of 9 December 1982 and a gender of male. So are those your initials?
Yes.
That's your birth date?
Yes.
Perhaps obviously.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. Did you and Kouri Richins at some point plan to go on this trip?
Yeah. I think that was a birthday present. I remember seeing a text or something. She sent it to me. We didn't discuss it much, but it was there.
Thank you, Scott. During
Do you
that
think-
time that you were romantically involved with Miss Richins,
Judy,
did you love her?
do you think that's plausible? We didn't discuss it. It was just there, this big trip.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't
Well, he said we didn't discuss it much.
oh
Yeah.
So it's not
Okay.
like, oh, they sat and made detailed plans. It was probably just her who came up with it and she booked it. And because
mhm.
his brother, somebody in the chat said his brother's criticizing him, saying he basically likes to be a kept man.
hmm
Yeah, like mooching off of rich
Right.
ladies or people with money. That's what I
So,
heard in the chat somewhere.
hmm
so maybe, she arranged it all and they really didn't discuss it a whole lot.
Okay.
It's just interesting how he said it was just there. I
Like,
don't
it's
know.
just another thing she was doing. She did that a
Yeah.
lot, made plans for us, and I went along with it. That's how I took it.
Yeah. Oh, good point, Ruth Ann.
How
Very
could
good.
it be so cheap? 200. Oh, she paid 218
Toward it.
towards
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep playing it up a little.
Yes.
During that time, did you feel that she loved you?
Yeah. I have a tendency of going head over heels, though, probably more than most. So, I think she did.
Did you exchange text
Awkward.
messages with Kouri Richins?
Yes.
From the time you moved to Utah, about how often?
Daily, unless she was mad at me or vice versa.
What topics on those messages did you discuss?
Same thing you would discuss with your best friend, plus house flipping stuff. Life.
Did you discuss her children?
Yes.
Sir, I'm going to show you now some text messages between you and Ms. Richins.
Okay.
They're the same ones I believe we've looked at before. I'm going to ask you if you've recognized them. If you can recognize them right away, that's fine. If you would like me to scroll down through them again, I'm happy to do that, okay?
Okay.
Scott, can I get exhibit 2-13 Delta, please?
The text messages.
Those are pretty small. If you need people to zoom
Yeah.
in, you can ask. Sir.
Is that good enough for you to identify them, or do you want to zoom in and step through?
I mean, if you could zoom in a hair,
Yeah.
that wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Was I supposed to be reading them at that clip?
No, I just,
right there?
what I'm going to ask
Okay.
you, the
I got
question for you, sir, is do you recognize this as a text exchange that you had with Ms. Richins?
I got you. And I do for this one.
Okay. Then the state moves to admit 2-13D.
Could you just, Scott, could you just scroll down and let me take a look at everything that's in there real quick?
That attorney has
Never
such
mind,
a
okay.
cartoon character voice to me.
He has what?
She, the one of Kouri's
Oh.
defense attorneys, she sounds like a cartoon character to me.
Yes. I thought she
A
sounded
9-year-old.
like she sucked on helium.
Oh, well, I can't make fun of people's voices. So,
Well, no, it's not making
We're
fun
not
of it. It's
making
just
fun.
it's just she reminded me of Jackie Fulford, but not in the voice. And
yeah.
then when she spoke, I was like, "Whoa, that doesn't sound." It just was. She
Yeah.
She has a funny. It would be cute, but it's not lawyerly.
Mm. Okay.
J.K. Dum 3557 says that Kouri reminds her of Elizabeth Holmes. Of course, Elizabeth
Mhm.
Holmes and Wendy
Yeah.
Adelson are like twins in my book.
Bunch of sociopaths.
But it's
Mhm.
interesting because that's an interesting comparison.
Mhm.
hmm
Yeah.
And the fact that she was having this affair, for at least the last 2 years, because Eric died in 2022
Two.
or 3?
Two.
2.
So, yeah. And if this wasn't her first affair, but but yeah, she didn't respect him clearly. And then when she forges his signature to borrow the money, and then she's very unapologetic about it, you can just tell she's, very entitled and
Not thinking of potential
not
effects on her
him,
kid.
and right, and not considering him much
Mhm.
at all.
Mhm.
It's like she's using him. A lot of people think she just married him for money.
Yeah.
And I probably agree with that, because that's what she was about.
Yeah.
So this wasn't her first affair.
No, I think there was reference to at least one other one in her walk the dog letter.
Oh.
What did they call him? Lotto or something like that. And Mona and I were just talking about this. So
Ah.
there was at least one, probably more than one.
Hmm. Well, she
And
was young and pretty, so I guess she could find guys pretty easily.
And
But I don't
speaking
know,
of that,
how'd she have time? Uh-huh.
what did she do to her face? Was she planning to run off to Costa Rica like that other chick who went there and got plastic surgery? The nose is different. Her nose is
Really?
different, and I think she did something to her eyes.
Oh,
Because
really?
if you look at Kouri's pictures from before,
She looks very different.
she clearly had some work done. And I was thinking, because they didn't arrest her for a year, right?
Oh.
So I was thinking, if she realized they were investigating her, was she planning to run like Caitlin Armstrong? Remember her?
Yes.
Oh.
And she went to Costa Rica
Superlap.
and did all this plastic surgery on her face,
Right.
and they still caught her.
Yes.
Oh
They
my
still caught her.
gosh.
Yeah, her face does look different, and you can tell that her veneers are gone. She lost her veneers
Mhm,
somehow or another,
mhm.
and she's like covering her teeth a lot. It's yeah.
Yeah, she looks different. And every time I see her, I'm like, what did she do to her face? And I'm thinking she was going to try to run.
That makes sense. She thought she
Yeah.
was going to have money to run too, because that takes money.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I just Googled Kouri Richins plastic surgery, and the only thing coming up is from Reddit. And there's some motion where it mentions she consulted with a Mexican doctor about bariatric surgery in April 2022. So people are
Bariatric.
saying, like, what? She wasn't overweight. Why would she
No.
do that? That sounds weird.
No, and no
No.
doctor would do that for somebody who doesn't have isn't overweight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but look
sounds
at her nose
strange.
before and now, and her
Oh.
Right.
eyes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. Yeah, it's like she just spent money out the wazoo, so you could see her doing that kind of stuff.
I don't care if she had gotten an infusion of $10 million. The way she lives, she was going to be right back at square one before long.
Mm-hmm.
She did not know how to manage money.
Yeah.
She was in love with the idea of having money, but didn't know how to manage having money.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. You guys want to play this a little
Yeah.
bit? Okay.
Pull it up. Let me just pull it up real quick. I don't believe I have any objection to that one. I'm going to say no objection.
States 2-13D is admitted.
Your
I had
Honor,
You'll let me know when you want to publish that.
moves to publish, yeah. And
Understood.
then, Scott, if we could just walk through them with the jury, please.
When I don't get much from you, I just figure it's because you're doing things that you know I wouldn't like and would hurt me. It is draining to love you and pretend to be an idiot. I don't want to avoid things with people I love, thoughts or problems. I want to communicate until we know each other better and solve stuff together, not by myself, for each other. Well, I can love you today. I live too much through this phone, though. I'm tired, babe.
That voice.
Wait a second. Where did this voice come from? Is this from the trial channel?
Yeah, she put it in there. I think it's like an AI Josh voice, right? But I didn't read because I don't have time to just sit and watch the trial, so I didn't read any of the texts, and I tried to listen to
too
these,
fast.
and I couldn't handle the accent. I was like, this is awful. This is so cheesy. But I'm so appreciative she did it. I just was like, it was kind of like the brother's voice. It's just such a strong accent, but it's pretty accurate. I mean,
So he was, while this was being shown, because in this courtroom, they don't necessarily have the witness read the documents.
right.
They just show it to the jury. Because I know in the Adelson, like they had the witness read everything.
Yes.
But here they don't do that. And so he was so embarrassed, and I can just feel it, because it's like when you're texting somebody privately, you never imagine it's going to be on court TV one day, broadcast to the
everybody's
world.
gonna hear
Right.
it and
So
see these
I
things.
felt for him that he
Yeah.
was really embarrassed, some of these texts.
Yeah,
you
it had to
know.
be torture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt bad for him. But yeah, this AI voice is hilarious.
Well, I do think, I mean, his accent didn't come across as strong on the witness stand, but he was from Kentucky,
South
right?
Carolina? Or
Oh.
they met in South
They
Carolina?
met in
Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
I think he was from Kentucky originally, but that's a pretty deep South accent, so it's kind of accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the witness didn't hear that voice. This was added later.
This is added by the trial channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So please support
Well,
your channel.
I think a
Great.
lot of times the reason that they don't have any reading is because anybody who reads it, including the witness, might put the inflection in the wrong way,
Yeah.
or might taint or sway the way it's read, whereas
Yes.
they want to just leave it up to the jury to determine how to interpret it.
Mhm.
I watched the trial with Emily Baker, and she
Oh.
always pauses and reads everything to you.
Oh,
So,
that's
great.
good.
yeah.
Great.
Oh, that would have been helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it just flashed on the screen so
Mhm.
quickly. I couldn't read that fast.
Yeah,
Even
I
in the
couldn't
Adelson
stop.
trial, a lot of they would just excerpt, like just highlight certain parts to be read, and Emily
Right.
would pause it and read the whole thing.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
great. Okay, well, let's keep watching a little. But it is hilarious, though. I'll
It
mute
is.
myself when I'm laughing. Okay.
I'll tell you some of what was on my mind today, tomorrow.
What do you want to know that I'm not telling you or quiet about?
I want to know everything about you. It's part of being in love. Not tonight, though. I don't want any info tonight. We're good.
Something specific. Expect this, though. There's something you want to know that I didn't tell you. Can you tell me what it was? I know
Spike.
you're busy, tired,
Interesting
sore
choice of
fingers,
words.
not wanting to text me because a call would be better or in person. But I will be up all night wondering, babe, worrying, feeling horrible. I would greatly appreciate you telling me, but if not, that's okay. Not tonight.
Can't text it? This texting shit sucks. Several things. If you lived one day with my phone, you would get it. Not mad at you. Know that. It's this phone, these cuts. Too time consuming. I have 2 hours of driving soon. I have to get off this job.
It's draining to love you. My heart is burning with sadness to have read that. Like it popped out of my chest and someone is stomping on it. I'm sorry I'm draining to love. I knew this would come one day. Just was hoping that it wasn't today or anytime soon because I love you. I love talking to you, being with you, laughing and joking, venting and being overly happy with the news I got today. The sense of never feeling judged with you and just so comfortable around you. I don't have that in my marriage, and I really enjoy my relationship and love for you. But you're right. We both know this love triangle can't go on forever. You don't deserve it. I don't deserve you. I can't expect you to sit around for the day the trigger gets pulled because who knows when that
Ooh.
is going to be. I tried and failed.
Whoa.
I can't expect you to sit home.
That was interesting.
Whoa, I didn't notice that before.
I didn't either.
Wow.
Well, first she used the word spiked, and now she's
Mhm.
talking about the trigger getting pulled. Interesting,
Yeah.
maybe Freudian slips there.
This is
Hmm.
from December 18th,
2021.
2021, just a few
Few
months
Right.
before Eric was killed. Yeah.
But
Okay,
I don't
this
know
is great.
when they went to Greece. I don't remember. But supposedly she'd been trying to kill him for a while, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Right. And the chat brought up Josh eating what? Hush puppies? I don't even know what that is, but hush
Yeah.
puppies?
Cornbread, little deep fried blobs of cornbread.
Oh, okay. And so he's eating those and he got sick and slept for 12 hours.
Mhm.
So maybe she was experimenting on him.
I think so. Yeah, Kathy spotlighted that in one of her short videos too,
Ah,
because I had missed that part from the trial.
right.
Yeah, there's so many details in this
Oh, there's a
case
lot of
too.
detail. Yeah. There were
Yeah.
40 witnesses. 40.
Mhm.
Yeah. I went back and went through a blog, one of the local channels who was blogging about it was like, wow, that's a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I have to say, I will say, I thought the prosecution started out strong, but ended
Mhm.
wah with that detective
Mhm.
Yeah.
because he couldn't remember anything. It's like, did he remember his name? Most
Mm,
detectives come up to the stand with their file, right?
yeah.
So that they can reference it for specifics because you can't remember everything. But he
Mhm.
was just like, he doesn't remember anything, and he would have to go talk to this person and that person. Like, where's your file, dude? He didn't come across great as the
Yeah, he
lead
should have been
detective.
prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, Mona said that too, and I was like, I didn't think he was that bad. This was his first major case. He was new to the job, so maybe I'm giving him too much slack.
You're giving him
But I
some
felt
grace.
like that, yeah, I felt like that worked in his favor in a sense because there were mistakes
But he
made.
could have brought a file to consult, or his
Well,
computer,
he
his
said, I
laptop, or
can look
something.
at the file. I think they had him. I think that they intentionally had him not bring up the file
Hmm.
because that way the defense couldn't box him in.
Hmm.
That was my
Makes
feeling.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
because usually witnesses can't just go up there with notes or their
Right.
big binder. It's only if they need to have their recollection refreshed.
Exactly.
Then
And he said
the
he would do that. He said, if you want me to refresh my recollection,
Yeah, but
I
usually
do
they
have a
ask,
file.
like if they ask for a specific
But they
time and how
didn't.
long, they go, "Can I consult my notes?" And then they look, because I remember what's his name did that in the Adelson trials.
Right, but
Detective
I don't think the defense really wanted him. How do I say this? They could have asked him to. They could have pushed it, and they didn't.
But he didn't have it.
No,
Did he have
he
something
had
up
a
there with
file.
him?
He could have gotten, the judge could have said yes. If the defense would have said, because this was just on the defense crossing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they could have said, could we have him look at the file and to refresh his memory? The judge could have had them bring him his file, but she didn't do that because there was no there. So he might have looked bad, but I think it was intentional on both sides. I don't know. I could be reading more
I don't
into it.
know, because they were asking him pretty simple things, and it then came off like he was trying to hide something. Like when they asked him, "Where did Eric go the day he died? What did your investigation show his location was that day?" And he could not tell. "I don't remember. I don't recall. I'd have to talk to this person or that person." And it's
Mhm.
like, okay, well, just get the information then. Ask for what you need to provide that information. But it just started to make a big deal of it. Like, okay, where did Eric go that day then? Now we
Right.
really want to know.
Right. Right. Well,
So
I
I
think a
just felt
lot of
like,
it was if he was saying if he wasn't the one who actually got that information, he wasn't comfortable testifying to that because
hmm,
he was just part of a team, even though he was the lead. That was
hmm.
my impression, but I could be totally wrong.
Well, I don't think he hurt the case at all, but it just made it end
It
kind
was
of
odd.
weak.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was a little,
Um, hmm
yeah, deflation there going
And they
on.
started very strong with Eric's sister and
Mm-hmm.
brother-in-law, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they should have put them on later. Like the sequence, I
Mm.
feel like it would have been more impactful if we were hearing from Carmen and them a little bit later and things. If we were hearing her financials, her debt, blah blah blah, and then we start hearing how she's buying these drugs to solve the problem, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that would have been more powerful. But they put all that at the front, you know. So it
Mm-hmm.
was strong, really strong at the beginning, and then it kind of.
What did you think about Robert Crozier, the other drug dealer?
Oh, well, I think he was definitely trying to protect himself.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
shady. He was shady.
Definitely
He's like your
shady.
typical drug dealer personality.
Uncomfortable
Yeah.
being on a witness stand testifying about his drugs,
Mm-hmm.
business, selling drugs. So he was very uncomfortable, which, you can understand. Um, and his memory, oh, I don't know, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Carmen was there, Carmen. And so it's like, yeah, he's clearly trying to protect himself, but I don't think he hurt anything.
I think the very last questions that he got from the defense was like, "Ooh, this is a little scary territory." But I think there was so many other so many other witnesses that it kind of. What about Carmen? How did you guys feel about Carmen?
I found her credible for the most part.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think she really did feel guilty. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
know what she was wanting the drugs for. And then when she found out about what happened, I think it bothered her
Mm-hmm.
because she had his obituary in her house.
Right. That
Oh,
was really like
yeah.
she had a whole bunch of inspirational quotes and all this to get through her
Mm-hmm.
rehabilitation and drug court and all that. And then his picture, his obituary cutout
Yep.
was right in the center, they said.
Yep.
Oh,
So I
Wow.
think she felt some responsibility and guilt about it,
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
which is understandable.
I still
mhm.
can't figure out, and it doesn't matter, but did she get fentanyl from someone else? And the drugs that she got from Carmen and Robert had not, whatever happened to those, who knows? Was she taking them? But did she have another source for the fentanyl? I don't know. It was just
I
kind
don't
of,
know. I think that it came from Carmen.
but they didn't think it was fentanyl.
Right, maybe. But if she had someone else, I think, how did she communicate with that person? That would have been discovered, right?
I think it was Robert, though. And he said he never dealt with fentanyl, ever.
Hmm.
Right.
But
But
that's why we think he was trying to cover for himself
Himself.
too.
Yeah,
Plus, his memory probably is pretty crappy if he's a drug user.
and you never
exactly.
know what you're getting with
Arthritis.
street drugs either. I mean, there
You
was a
don't
time,
know.
right?
That's why they were trying to imply maybe his gummies were laced with it or
Oh,
something.
right.
But um no, because we see what his wife was doing,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
For sure, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Do you think he was really using THC gummies or was that all hers? Because they said they didn't find any and then they went back after he had been gone for however many weeks and did another search and there were gummies everywhere. There were none in the house. And
But there
then
was some testimony from I think his partner that he had heard
he
that Eric,
heard, right. He
yeah.
heard this and he
So
heard
it's
the Red
possible he
Devils.
used them sometimes, maybe not all the time, but
Yeah, I wonder about
maybe
that. Yeah, his partner didn't, it was all hearsay. I'm surprised they let that in, really.
because
Because,
the
Yeah.
defense was,
yeah,
adamant.
it was
Uh,
something else.
but I think it's possible that he used the gummies sometimes, but I don't think there's any evidence that we've seen that shows he abused anything
Mm-mm,
or
Mhm.
that he
exactly.
was a drug user or
Or
there's
even alcohol.
been
Yeah,
Speaking.
nothing of that.
Yeah.
no,
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Ready to watch a little bit? It's
Yes.
been close to an hour, so that's
Okay.
kind of a surprise. Time goes by
We keep
quickly.
interrupting.
It's okay. We have a lot to discuss. So,
Uh,
okay, this is interesting to hear the text though. Yeah.
Mhm.
Home and wonder what I'm doing or my home life or when I might call you next or see you. That is so beyond selfish of me. You're right.
Yes.
I'm sorry I didn't see it until then. What a damn selfish person I am. How could I think someone like you would be okay with this for the rest of forever until I pull my head out of my ass? How selfish not to step away and let you live your life without the constant wonder. Your love is draining. I'm sorry, babe. You're right. It has to be exhausting. And how dare me be okay with that? That mental and physical stress on you. I'm sorry, babe. Maybe saying goodbye earlier than later is better. I'm sorry you have to work so late. I shouldn't have kept you so late this morning. Again, selfish. Wow. I just am so sorry I'm just realizing this. I feel like an idiot. Don't text back. No words needed. Finish up work and get some rest. We can talk later. Good night.
She's ready to break up with him.
Love triangle. What do you mean by that? I don't get it.
Well, I'm married, and you, me, our relationship. I don't know what else to call it. I'm in love with a man that's not my husband.
I could talk to you right now. We could be great. Not a fair shot. Instead, it's going to be misinterpreted text once again. Instead, it's going to be, let's end this sooner. Wild.
I meant what I said yesterday. I'll always love you handsome. If it's okay, can we talk tomorrow? I want to go to sleep as happy as I was when I woke up with you this morning. I won't misinterpret anything, or I hope I don't, until I talk to you about it more. I'm sorry, babe.
It's draining to love you. You threw the last half of the sentence away. You changed the meaning of the sentence by deleting some of it, and then use your new sentence as an epiphany and a reason to profess your love, triangle of Eric, and end it sooner with me. That's what I gathered from that. Chopped
Yes.
liver over here.
Manipulation.
You
That's called
goofball.
manipulation.
I threw the last half of the sentence off because it's almost as bad as the first, pretend to be an idiot. I took that as, are we ever going to address the elephant in the room and recognize what's really going on here, the bigger picture? Profess my love for Eric? What? That's not what I'm saying either. You took love triangle and changed it around to professing my love for Eric when that's not at all what I was doing. I'm telling you, I'm in love with a man that's not my husband. That's 3 people. Want to make a circle with 3 people? You just did the exact thing I did, assumed and misinterpreted a text.
If you think you love me now, then ending it sooner will be good for one reason only. Because if you don't, you're going to fall in love with me in ways you never thought you could. That is a guarantee. Speaking of guarantee, last night by no means counts as your guarantee. It was not stated as such prior, so it doesn't count. But I did it on purpose.
You will never be chopped liver to me. Absolutely not true. I had an epiphany of the selfish person I really am. That's the only epiphany I had. The day you yelled at me on the phone, you said I was selfish. And I was so offended by that. And now I understand why you said that and why I felt so mad, because it's true. You're right. If we don't end things, I would fall deeper and more in love with you than I already am, which is going to be even harder. Okay, I'll take it. Doesn't count. Guarantee for the 3rd. Maybe that will be more of a date to remember than just celebrating Christmas, and a guarantee. I know your fingers hurt. I know you're working. I can try to get away tomorrow for a phone call. I think we're going to need it.
If you're going to be mad at me, you need to come see me and do it in person. If you're going to say goodbye forever because that's what you want, do it in person. Or better yet, just love me. Love me like you have no choice in the matter. I want to be my best for you. I want us to be ourselves for each other. I love our love. I love you. Do you believe that we could be great together for each other? Yeah, what did you mean by more of a date to remember?
I'm not mad about anything. I promise. Saying goodbye, we promise to do in person,
That's
and
how
both
I
know it was
feel.
coming and happening the day it happens. It's
Yeah. He's like,
Wow.
oh my God.
That
This is actually very entertaining.
It's super funny. I didn't listen, so I didn't hear the text at all. So this
Yeah,
is like,
same
oh my
here.
gosh. I'm just first of all gagging, but it's also dumb. And it does kind of seem like he sees through her
Like
quite a bit.
Knows that she's a DTS
Manipulating.
person.
Yeah, he can tell she's manipulating him or trying to, and I probably did to a certain degree, but it's just silly. But to see
But
him,
he knows he's dealing with a married woman with 3 kids, 3 small kids. And I'm wondering, she must have had a nanny, because how does she have time to
Yeah,
to be having an affair? You have
yeah.
a husband, and
I
now
think
you have an
they
affair and
had
you're
one.
texting, books
Yeah.
back and
Well,
forth.
yeah, but somebody said that her parents helped out a lot, or the grandparents helped out to take care of the kids and stuff. And I'm sure they had, daycare or whatever, childcare.
Yeah, because they
school,
were
Yeah,
pretty young. How
too.
old was the oldest? I don't remember their ages,
like
but
10 or I don't know. They were definitely like younger kids.
Right, but they
So,
were in school, I think. Maybe one wasn't, but and you're right, the grandparents did help out. They spent a lot of time with the grandfather at his ranch.
Mhm,
They had like a whole setup for those kids to do just whatever they wanted because his sister testified to that.
mhm.
mhm.
So, and clearly she wasn't working. She was pretend working, but what was she really doing?
Just
Yeah.
digging a
Screwing
digging a hole
around.
of debt.
Yeah, I guess that takes some work.
But see, this just sounds so crazy the way it quickly escalated to them getting mad at each other.
I know.
Because I'm like, why don't they just talk to each other? This is crazy. This is why you don't just text all sorts of stuff, because people just take things the wrong way or don't get the right tone and
how
get pissy. You know?
Yeah. And she's like, I have to schedule a call maybe tomorrow. Like, you're that busy, you can't pick up the call. If you've got time
Yeah.
to text, you could pick up
Just
the
call
phone.
each other,
Yeah,
weirdos.
yeah, it's just bizarre. It's very
9,
silly.
7, and 5 at the time, says Rick.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew
Yeah.
somebody would do that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought it was 4 and 10, the oldest and youngest, but that's about right.
yeah. Okay, well, do
So
you guys
silly.
want to listen to this a little more, and then maybe I
Wrap it
thought
up.
about playing something from Kathy's channel too, because I love her channel and her summaries are so funny. So
Okay.
yeah.
As you wish, whatever you.
Okay, let's
Yes.
finish this a little.
not what I want to do. But it's also not fair for you in any way possible, because I want you but can't break up my family. It's having your cake and eating it too. I do just want to love you. I do love you. I love our love too. It's my favorite. Do I think we could be great together? Yes, of course I do. You're one of my best friends, babe.
No, ma'am. I thought you were getting a divorce.
That's what I'm saying. What if that's in a year? You're just supposed to sit around and wait for me? No. And I would never ask you
He's
to.
so-
Take me back to 7 a.m., please.
Of course, I'd wait a year. If you're coming over on the 3rd to say goodbye to me, you're not invited. I'll take it back to 7 a.m. every morning or 9 at night every night.
I'll take 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. every day with a multiple phone calls and visits in between.
I'll see if I can find a tree and put it in Little Mill Creek tomorrow. If there's a particular one you want me to get, send me the info.
Okay.
No sweets. You do you tomorrow. Take the day and just relax. Storage unit stuff, panda walk. Don't worry about it. I really
Panda walk?
appreciate it though.
What's a panda
Hey.
walk?
That is doing me. That's what I'm going to do. So if you don't want a Charlie Brown tree, you might want to participate. Hey,
Ha ha ha. You're the best. The thought of not talking to you and listening to your silly jokes sounds awful in a million ways. Good night, pee in my pod.
I love you. Kind, outgoing, unique, romantic, inches away from signing
Oh,
her divorce
geez.
papers and falling madly in love with her soulmate.
Oh, this
Good
is
night,
so
Lima
bad.
Bean.
So bad.
Good night,
Too late.
Lima Bean.
I've already fallen. Night.
He made
Somebody
an
said
acronym.
somebody said it's like a bad romance novel.
Oh.
You're right.
It's so bad. It's
Bad
like
Harlequin.
third graders. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Panda was Josh's dog. Yeah, I remember Kathy
Oh.
mentioning Panda. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh. Okay. So cringe. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and then somebody said that after the Hush Puppies incident, his dog died right away. So did the dog get some Hush Puppies?
Yeah, it could have been. That's why
Oh.
they called them hush puppies, because people would give them to dogs to get them to be quiet. So,
Really?
yeah. So hush puppy is like a Southern thing. We have
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
all over the place, like at barbecue restaurants as a side dish. And it's
Okay.
deep fried cornbread blobs that you can eat with ketchup. It's
Oh.
real good. Very
I don't like
fattening though, because they're deep fried.
Yeah, well, deep fried things. I don't like ketchup. Well, but maybe the cornbread thing. But hush puppies, that's funny. So they gave them to their dogs to hush them.
Yeah, that's
Aw.
how the name came about, hush puppies. Yeah.
Ah,
So that would
dogs
have been
are-
so horrible if she killed his dog that way.
well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
if he
If
gave
it's
him
true.
one unintentionally, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's what the
But why
chat
would-
was
Hold
saying.
on. I'll be
Why
right
would-
back.
Oh, okay. So why would she want to kill Josh though? That doesn't make much sense, because she was still in a relationship with him for 6 to 10 months after Eric died.
Not sure. Maybe she was experimenting. Like
Yeah,
how much to give him. Yep.
or maybe people just keep getting food poisoning. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be a coincidence. Yeah.
Well, it sounded like she was encouraging him to move on from her, so she might have wanted to end it with him, but not been able to,
Mhm.
in the normal way. But who knows? But I could see it. I could see it. If she could do it to Eric, she could do it to him.
Oh, because she didn't really care about Josh. Did you get that impression? These texts seem like she's in love with him.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that people like her, think they're in love, but it doesn't last,
Mhm.
and they can't sustain relationships. And it sounded like he was talking about having a relationship with her for a long time, and was concerned about her being married. So I think he was pushing her probably to a certain degree to get a divorce.
Mhm.
And I don't think she didn't want a divorce because she thought she was, the prenup and all that. So didn't line up with her plan.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
probably didn't realize her finances weren't as they appeared.
Yes, exactly. So later turns out she wasn't getting a ton of money like
Right.
she was expecting, and he was hoping he'd be on Easy Street.
Right. And she didn't
Yeah.
even have money in the first place that he thought she had. So
Mhm.
even before that. So yeah.
Yeah. So
It was
this
all
whole fairy
facade.
tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole fairy tale romance where he thinks he's getting some rich, beautiful lady who's gonna come into tons of money. And
Mhm.
what was she getting out of it? I guess she thought he was like some hot lover,
Right.
who was
Right.
willing to take her. So
Right. She
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have wanted him very much longer had it worked out that
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course, then there's also 3 children, so that
Mm,
definitely creates some stressors once
sure.
the whole storybook romance has kind of faded and they're like stuck,
Yeah.
having to raise 3
Children.
kids and
Yeah.
having financial problems and stuff. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like she really even considered the children. I was listening
Yeah.
to Dr.
Hi.
Barry and
Welcome back.
Kathy,
Uh-huh.
and they were talking about how on the body cam video, Kouri doesn't seem to be very interested in like comforting her children. They
Yeah.
were aware of what happened that night, and she didn't like go in and spend time with them. She said, "Oh, just go to sleep. It's past your bedtime."
And the
Like
sister
nothing.
testified about that, trying to get her to come and comfort the
Yes.
one, I think the 7-year-old, who was
Hmm.
really having a
Yeah,
difficult
one
time
of
with
them.
it. And she was in his room, and she's like, I'm trying to comfort him, but he wants his mother. So
Yeah.
she goes and gets Kouri, and it's like pulling teeth trying to get her to
Yep.
come attend to her son,
Right.
who's grieving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sad. She
Really
seemed so
sad.
cold and totally inappropriate right after
But
he
she's only
passed away.
thinking about how rich she is now. Okay,
Yeah,
it worked this time. It didn't work
Yeah.
on Valentine's Day, but got him this time.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
those celebration memes that she
Yeah,
was looking
I'm
up.
rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich.
Did you
Oh my
think
God.
the defense made any impact on questioning? It was kind of like a Karen Reed moment where they were saying the metadata was really from the day before, that the memes were when Eric was, straightening out the gravel and that kind of thing.
Or that it
I
was
wasn't.
about the house, the Midway house
Yeah, I was not.
closing.
Yeah,
No.
I didn't follow that at all.
No, I
Um,
don't think they made any headway anywhere,
they,
anytime. I
yeah,
think that just objectively speaking, I think the evidence against their client is so strong
yeah.
that they just made themselves look ridiculous and lose
Mm-hmm.
credibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see a Casey Anthony situation here at all.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think so either. You never know what's going to happen, but no, I'm not feeling it either. I think she's going to get all 5 charges.
yeah,
Guilty. Mm-hmm.
I don't think they made any inroads. They tried to raise doubt on certain things, but it's like, but then you have all this other stuff. It's like death by 1,000 cuts type
Mm-hmm.
of thing. So it's like, even if you question over here, well, maybe
Mm-hmm.
Eric did go to Mexico and get the fentanyl. But then you have all this other,
Yeah.
her Google searches. We didn't even talk about that.
Right.
And of course, the walk the dog letter, where she's clearly trying to put testimony in her brother's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Donna Adelson was doing that with her jail daughter.
Oh, yeah. So
Jail
it's kind of
time.
like so many similarities between these criminals and
Yeah.
who
When
think
they're
they're so
guilty,
great.
they gotta try to do what they can try to do to help themselves.
Right.
And so she's sitting there, okay, if I get my brother to testify to this, that Eric told him that, and you know, she's trying to raise doubt. And it's like, they found your letter, darling. And I think even if she had been able to mail the letter, don't they read their mail? Wouldn't
Yeah.
they have found that anyway?
Oh, someone said that Kouri would put stuff up to the glass for her mom
Yes.
to read.
Yes.
So she wasn't planning to mail it. She was probably
Uh,
just going to show it up to the
and make
glass.
her read that whole thing
Yeah.
sitting there.
Yeah. Have her mom just like, hey,
I
read
think
this.
on that one though, it was going into for some reason it was supposed to go through her attorney. Like she was
Mm.
expecting her attorney. I can't remember why I thought that, but yeah. Either way, yeah, it's
I remember the first attorney she had,
Sky.
Sky. She, there was something to do with that, like
Mm-hmm.
where she wasn't on the up and up, just like Donna Adelson, where they
Mm-hmm.
were supposedly letting her use their phone to call
Right.
Harvey.
I was wondering if that would ever
Mhm.
be brought up
Yeah,
in the
it seemed to
future.
be totally glossed over and
Mm-hmm.
dropped because
And for good
nothing
reason,
happened.
because I think if the state had made an issue of it, she would have had to get new lawyers, maybe. and it would
Right.
have been delayed another year. Like,
Oh, yeah, but you would think something could still happen to
yeah,
the
like
attorney
after.
To the
afterwards.
attorneys.
Yeah,
Yes. To the
yeah,
attorneys, for sure.
because it was the attorney who supposedly could have done something punishable by up to a year in prison. That's
Wow.
what
And
people
losing their
said.
license. Yes,
Right.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I don't
So
know if that would jeopardize her appeal.
no, probably
Ineffective.
not.
Yeah,
If
I don't think
because
so.
yeah, because the whole Apple Watch phone call thing, if true, it
Mhm.
had to do with the attorney doing something
Right.
criminal. So
Right.
that would be
Right.
a totally separate case.
Right. It's not like
Not
whatever it was
against
that she was
Donna.
saying to Harvey was going to impact the trial. Right.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
evidence.
Well, let's show Kathy's funny, just a little snippet, because I
Okay.
just really appreciate her hard work
Mhm.
summarizing every single day of this boring trial. You know, you got to admit, most of it was so boring. And
I
I
don't
just
know.
had
I was
to
pretty captivated by
really.
this trial. I thought it was
Oh, I was bored I was just frustrated. I was like, man, how come they're pausing so much? This is
well,
just
that was
ugh.
frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
for
the
sure.
pauses and speaking slowly and shuffling about the courtroom and
Mhm.
breaks and stuff.
Well,
Sidebars.
I just
Yeah.
fast forward to that. I didn't watch it
Yeah.
live, so I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I never. But you're right. There were a lot of
Yeah.
jagged interruptions.
So her channel is called Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. And Kathy graciously played Judge Everett when we had a couple
Oh,
of
that's right. That's
well,
so funny.
did we have one or two? Yeah, I can't remember now, but we had at least one comedic live stream during Halloween last year.
Oh.
And I had so much fun. You know, we did it on both channels and stuff. And I was Donna and she was Judge Everett. So people are saying, hey, you and Mona need to do something again with Kathy. But I don't think Mona's that interested in pretending to be Donna again. So we'll see. But we do have the wigs.
She just wants to see the next trial get
Yeah.
underway.
Yeah,
like
we'll
all
do
of
more
us.
comedy once Wendy gets
Mhm.
arrested, you know,
Mhm.
if it ever happens. Yeah.
That'll be a
Okay.
big party over here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's play this. This is sped up a little, just a little.
And so now it's time for the JOA. That's the judgment of acquittal. That's when the defense stands up and is like, Your Honor, they didn't prove it, and please dismiss all these charges. Now, sometimes this happens. We've seen cases where the defense stands up and says there's not enough evidence, and then the judge throws it out. Okay, I've seen one case like that. But in every single case we watch, somebody stands up from the defense team and asks for the JOA. And sometimes the judge will be like, there's 5 charges. That one charge we'll throw out, but the rest of it can go before the jury, right? So Mr. Ramos rises from his seat to give to do the judgment of acquittal. Now, roll your mind back to day 1 of trial, where Detective Ramos was doing, Attorney Ramos was doing the absolute most. I was like, sir, we know you're on TV. We know you don't get to be on TV that often, but we're going to need you to turn this down from a 10 to about a 4. Because he was like, just freaking out. He kept going, correct. And I was just like, okay, sir. Well, Mr. Ramos has visited the Act Right installation team because his Act Right is now fully installed. So he stands up in his 3-piece suit. A 3-piece suit. Holy 1992 Batman. Okay, so he buttons his jacket. And he's calm and he's soft-spoken and he starts going through the different points of law. For me, it was giving Easter speech, but I was just like, okay, Mr. Ramos, honestly, I kind of tuned him out. But I watched the live stream over there with Emily D. Baker, and EDB was like, oh, he made some valid points. And I was like, he did? I wasn't really paying attention. But I'm going to take the word of EDB in the chat that he made some valid legal points. I don't know what they were because I just, all that soft-spoken. Nah, he turned it down too far. Then when the state got up for their rebuttal, Mr. Bloodworth was like, Your Honor, which parts would you like me to focus on? And the judge was just like, yeah, no. If you could just focus on the part about the insurance fraud, that would be nice. But focus on whatever part you want. So the state is like, thinks for a minute, takes a breath, and then says, there's no evidence that Eric ever even knew about this particular insurance policy that Kouri had signed him up for. She clearly signed his signature. At the same time that she signed up for that insurance policy, she was actively seeking fentanyl. She was already planning her new life with Josh, and she had already told the mom friend in the neighborhood that life would be better if Eric, were offered the Endless Heaven buffet, right? And so I was like, oh. And the judge is like, thank you so much, everybody. If you'll give me a moment to gather my thoughts, then I'll come back with a decision. And I was just like, okay. And then he takes a little break or whatever, and he comes back and he's just like, defense, no thank you. The charges stand. What shall we do next? So the state has rested. The JOA is finished. You know what happens now? The defense case in chief. Oh, the way they have teed this up, like they're going to get up and have a good day at work, baby. Thank you. I mean, have a good day at school, baby. You be safe. Okay. You know I don't edit. I'm not editing that out at all. My child's going to school. Anyway, so the defense stands up and they're ready to do their case, right? And I was like, they have teed this up for us. And so they're gonna put on a big case. Maybe Kouri will testify. I was so excited. So the defense lawyers, Wendy Lewis and Kathy Nestor, you know how suddenly I can remember their name because it's almost the end of the case, are chattering back and forth and like, give us a minute. We have so many great witnesses to choose from. We can't decide. They're whispering back and forth to each other. And I was like, and so finally, Wendy Lewis raises from her chair and she says, Your Honor, me. The defense rests. And I was like, wait, what? You're not calling any witnesses? How do you wait. All of that drama, that gamesmanship, was that just for the judge? Was that for the YouTube audience? What are y'all doing? Oh my gosh. Look, if you go back and you watch this part, look at Kouri Richins' face. Kouri Richins was like, what? You could tell her butt got tight. She was like, Kouri was. You can't tell me Kouri Richins did not drop a deuce. Oh, yes, she had a whole mud butt situation happening. These lawyers were doing they play acting back and forth. Kouri's like, I thought we were going to rest. I thought, wait, what are you doing? I thought, what are you doing? You said we were going to do one thing, but now you're doing something else. I don't know what's happening. Oh my God. They should have warned her that they were going to do like a brief little one act play before they decided to rest. Based on the look on her face, the judge was like, does your client know? Because I'm looking at her face. I have these highly sensitive recording devices on my face, and I can see this heifer. She looks scared. Also, somebody might want to hose her off because it was clearly it's flies forming over there. It's a situation. So he's like, okay, we're gonna have a colloquy with your client, Miss Kouri. Kouri, rise. You got to stand and deliver. Kouri is calm and she is humble, and the judge is like, hey, girl, hey, you know what they're doing, right? In judicial language, of course. And Kouri was like, yes, Your Honor. I understand, Your Honor. It's the only time we've heard her voice all trial. No, we've seen her face talk. Her face has been having whole paragraphs, but her actual voice from her throat, she was just like, yes, Your Honor. And she sits down. That means the case is over. All of the evidence is in. Oh my gosh. Okay, so up.
Okay, well, I want you guys to take a look at Kathy's channel, which is so well
fun.
done. I mean, it's amazing. Like, how does someone know so many details of this intricate trial, and then she can retell it? Huh?
She's watching it like us.
Yeah, but she's able to regurgitate it so quickly with tons of humor.
With her style.
Yeah, that's a real skill. It's like stand-up comedy or
Very
something.
skillful.
Improv.
Yeah, for sure. Especially to be able to be the timing, her comedic timing is perfect.
Fun. Yeah. She's really fun.
Some people try to be funny and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised that they didn't have any witnesses. I wasn't shocked. A lot of people were. I was like, no, because a couple days before, the judge was asking, he was asking the defense if they're going to have any witnesses, but he said it in a way that was like, you're not going to have any witnesses, are you? Like the way he said it was like in the negative. It was kind of, and Wendy said something like, I think we have 3 or whatever. And in her cartoon voice, no offense, Judy, but she just, I don't mean to offend you about the judge.
It's okay. You can make fun of her voice.
Well, I'm not making fun of her voice. She's just the whole package, but it is cartoonish. And so I just got the impression that he didn't think they had any witnesses a couple days before, even though they said they had 3. And just the way he presented it, because this judge is so neutral otherwise, it really stood out to me. I'll have to look back at that to see if I can find it. But so when they were like, I didn't know what they were talking about. I figured they weren't ready with whatever they had set up, that they didn't have them ready and they were going to ask for another day. But obviously Kouri couldn't testify. And I think in hindsight, those 3 witnesses were just a placeholder for her to possibly testify, which of course she didn't. But yeah, I wasn't surprised when they rested, and I was happy.
I was surprised when they rested
Oh,
because
they
I
had time.
thought the exchange they were having, they were talking about maybe who to call first, or,
Mhm.
they were going to raise some other issue with the judge before they started their case. So when she just got up and said, Your Honor, the defense rests, I was like, really? You just
Yep.
sat here and wasted everybody's time
Mm.
bluffing
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
state,
they did do
like
that.
making the state think you were going to put on a case.
Well, it
Right.
was just like that with Donna Adelson,
Mhm.
where they kept flip flopping, and
Right.
then poor Georgia Cappleman stayed up until the middle of the night
Preparing
preparing.
Yep.
cross-examine her.
Yeah, thinking that the defendant was going to testify, and then the next morning it's like, haha, we're done.
Mhm.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh, do
Yeah.
you guys know how to answer this? Why not call the brother to get into evidence that he and Eric did drugs together? What about photos from Kouri's phone with Eric passed out on the floor, not helping, nothing?
Because that's Corey's. We don't know that she has those phone pictures on her phone. That was in the walk the dog letter, right? Is there
Yeah,
any
so it could
proof
have been
that
a
that
lie.
exists?
Right.
Exactly.
And also that would just be too prejudicial, and it would also open up. I mean, if anybody were to call the brother, it would have been the defense,
Yeah.
which of course they wouldn't, because then he would be subject to cross-examination by the prosecution. But because the brother didn't really have any, and he was probably a hostile witness too. But I was thinking about the brother being called in for one question only, perhaps by the defense regarding, and I can't remember what I was thinking the question would be right now, but in the walk the dog letter,
Mhm.
I forgot what the question was that my brilliant mind dreamed up.
Well, while you're thinking of that, I
Oh.
watched a 48 Hours episode that was done on the case,
Mhm.
and Corey's mother and brother feature heavily in that. They were interviewed extensively.
Oh.
Yeah, so I recommend watching it. Um, Eric's family was represented by their attorney in the documentary. So we didn't hear from, I don't think any member of his family was
Which is
interviewed
smart. Yeah.
from my recollection. It was just the attorney.
Mhm.
But yeah, her mom and brother had a lot to say, in defense of her. And then we learned in the trial that the mother is the one who sent that book to the police
Yeah.
department
Yes, that was
anonymously
interesting.
to show
Yes.
you how stupid they are. It's like, you don't know they can find out who sent that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and she could have legitimately been like, "This is my daughter, and this is her book, and I'd
Right.
like you to like." She didn't have to be deceitful about
And
it.
send it anonymously. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
But they're
Yeah.
deceptive people.
They're just a
Right.
bunch of
It's their
weirdos.
go-to.
Yeah.
It's their go-to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's see. So Kathy's channel, the one we just showed, is Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. And then Dawn's channel is her name. I've been putting
Yes.
links. Yeah. Dawn Dacquisto, potential juror.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just
so
had
please
Dawn Dacquisto.
subscribe.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
And of course, big thanks to the trial channel, because she's fine with people reacting and playing her stuff on live
Mhm.
stream. So that's nice to have that person who's willing to share. Some people or some channels will try to strike you if you play
Oh,
their
yeah.
stuff, or they get upset. So
Yeah.
yeah. So there's Dawn's channel. There's a link in the chat. Please subscribe. And Nadine, you've said repeatedly that you have no interest
YouTube
in doing some sort of YouTube channel.
No. And if I did, to talk about the cases I follow, don't think I would interact with people because of all the negativity that's out there. And I don't
Oh,
have
in the
time to
comments.
filter the
Right.
comments and,
Right.
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I would only want the productive, part of it, and not the other stuff that comes with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what would keep me from starting a channel at this
That's
time.
understandable. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't obviously I don't have that many comments to filter through because my channel's so small, but I do find that the large majority of people are very supportive. There's only a
Supportive, yeah.
few once in a while it's like,
That's
oh.
nice, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I know
nice.
most
But
people are nice. I
it's
know
the
that. Yeah.
rotten mean people that ruin it, though. They
Right.
can
It
ruin your
just, all it
day. It's
has to
like,
be
what
is
a
1 out of
jerk.
100, and
Yeah.
then you feel bad. Right.
And you
I get it.
focus on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
right at the top, I saw a comment, somebody saying something nasty to Judy
Yeah. It's
tonight.
like, okay, you don't need to watch me, okay? I know I have vocal problems and I can't help it. I'm sorry I don't sound like some sort of professional journalist. But
No, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't even have to say that,
yeah.
No.
They need to
Yeah.
kick rocks.
People can be
Thank
really.
you.
Yeah. I
Okay,
agree.
Nadine, we love you. Just jump in when
Aw,
you feel like it. Yeah, but
thank
you would
you.
probably need to appoint a bunch of moderators because
That
some of
helps.
my mods, they'll just go ahead and start deleting negative comments
Right.
and people in the chat too. But of course, Vince is like, never block anyone. But
Well, that's
if
his
it's your
philosophy.
channel,
Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the going philosophy. I get that too, but he
He
makes
can
some
he
good
can do
points
that,
here
but some
and there.
people should be blocked. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if they're being
yeah,
unproductive and
Mm-hmm.
like
just
totally
causing trouble,
offensive and
yeah.
mentally
Yeah.
ill. Yeah. Yeah. Screw the idiots, Judy. That's right. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, JBZ.
Yeah. Thanks. Well, any closing remarks you guys want to say about this?
Well, I'm excited for the closings. Speaking of
Me too.
closings, tomorrow we're
Yes.
on the eve of closing and this case getting to the jury. I might do a live on my channel with Mona tomorrow if we feel like it. That's how I run my channel. It's like,
Okay.
well, we'll see
If
how
you
we feel.
feel up to it at the moment.
Like Verdict Watch,
Thank
you
you.
know, and it's always fun to get Mona's take. She's so smart and so funny. So we might do that, but I'll definitely be on Verdict Watch. And I was wondering what you guys thought. Do you think we're going to see a quick verdict? Or is this going to drag out for a couple days? I think it's going to be fairly quick.
Yeah, I still think they would probably take at least a day or two because it has been a pretty long trial. So you want them to take
Yeah.
the time to look at everything carefully.
Yeah, and their 5 counts, 4 are unique. So there's 2 different, like the attempted murder was a whole different set of facts than the actual
The
murder
murder,
charge.
yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot to it for sure.
I think since what time does court convene tomorrow morning?
Well, is it Central Time?
8, no, it's
They're
Mountain
Mountain.
Time.
Oh,
Yeah,
Usually 8:30 Mountain Time.
8:30. So if they get through and he did not put a time limit on the closings,
Right. But I don't think they're going to be really long.
they better not filibuster and
Yeah.
put the jury to sleep. But
Now,
if they
does
get
the, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just going to say, if they get the case in the afternoon, I think we could see a verdict tomorrow. If it goes later and they don't get it until late afternoon, then we may not get one until, but I don't think they're going to deliberate for more than 4 to 5 or 6 hours. I don't see it going beyond that.
oh,
Do you
okay.
think, do you know if the prosecution gets a rebuttal? So closing
They do.
okay, I know they did
They
with
get
the
a rebuttal.
case. That's okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I really don't think the prosecution is going to have a super long. I thought his opening was really nice and concise. So I think
Yes.
the closing will be like that. Heaven only knows what
What the defense is
the
going to do.
defense is going to do. at
But yeah,
this
Yeah.
he needs to really do a good closing to remind them of
Oh, he does.
all the evidence that came in
Yep.
early.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think he will. He will. The defense, they're going to do what they do and try
Yeah.
to poke holes in everything
Mhm.
and be ridiculous. And sometimes that's good because it's like, yeah, everybody can see what you're doing. It's so
Mhm.
obvious.
Mhm.
So I just don't see it being a difficult, but like you said, there are those other charges. But even so, I say 6 hours tops. If it goes more than that, I will be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see. And then it's time to find something else for us to talk about, I suppose.
Well, Courtney Clenny is coming up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Ah,
Florida. Yeah.
she is so,
She's a trip,
ugh.
and her
Oh.
parents.
Mhm.
Hers has taken a long time to come to trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dawn, that Milete case that you're following, is that June? When's the
May
trial?
11th, May 11th,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm gonna hope to go to some of that in person
Great.
for sure. Yeah, as long as my
Awesome.
health, I think I'll be able to do that. Got one more little surgery coming up, but I think I'll be
Oh.
better by then.
Oh, well, you
Yeah.
look
Well, wish
fine.
you a full recovery.
Thank you. I'll be
Yeah.
fine. It's always something with my health. I'm not a healthy person, but
Oh,
I've got really good doctors, so I hope hopefully they're going to make me a lot better, and I can attend some trials. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
guilty
great.
plea.
Yeah,
It's a
guilty.
little late for
Tomorrow,
that.
guilty plea.
But I did want to say quickly about Adelson. I am of the belief now that Wendy hasn't been arrested because they're waiting to see if Charlie gets a new trial.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because
maybe. I
if
hope
he
so.
gets it overturned,
Mm.
which he has a very good chance of it,
Ugh.
Carl Steinbeck predicted he would get it overturned because of conflicted counsel.
Hmm.
Once he makes that argument, if he gets a new trial, they need Wendy to testify.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't make her testify if she was in jail waiting for her own trial. So
Right.
I have a feeling that's it. And I still believe she will be arrested. But I think they're having to wait to see if he gets a new
Yep.
trial.
We're all
Well,
waiting
that
for
could
that.
be years, though, so it's kind of like, well, just go
It
ahead and
could
do it
be,
before
but it
people
might
pass
happen.
away.
Because if
Yeah.
they lose her, if she can't testify, I think it affects the type of case they have. I mean,
Yeah,
the
it
facts are
could.
still there, and they
Yeah.
can get the divorce and the emails in other ways,
Mhm.
but it's not. Wendy's a very good witness for the prosecution.
I wonder if they could move to use her previous testimony, if that would
No, I
threaten
don't think
her
so.
Not dead.
Yeah.
culpability.
No, she'd
Okay.
be
Yeah.
in jail. She's not dead.
Yeah, she can't. They can't just use her for her testimony just because she is in jail. So, yeah. So, okay. Well, it's great to see you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your
Rest in
support
peace,
and stuff.
Eric. Justice for
Yeah.
Eric Richins.
Yes, justice
Yes.
for Eric, justice for Dan Morkel, all these victims of horrible murders that didn't have to happen. So,
Absolutely.
okay.
Right.
Well, take care
All
of you
right.
guys.
Have a
Hope
good
to
night,
see you
ladies.
soon.
Bye, chat.
Thank you. It's great seeing you.